Bushfires continue to burn in New South Wales. Sydney is choking, with air quality reaching some of the worst levels the city has seen. The smoke haze was so thick this morning, the Opera House and Harbour Bridge were barely visible. On a global ranking of polluted cities, Sydney's air quality is up there with places like Shanghai and Kolkata.
Dr. Caroline West has been treating many patients affected by the ongoing smoke crisis and joins us now. Caroline, what have you seen in your practice?
Well, people are really worried about what all of this smoke is doing to their lungs and to their health. And there's been a real surge in the number of people coming in to see their doctor for respiratory problems in particular. You know, things like coughing and breathing difficulties in situations where normally people would have no trouble, sore throats, gritty eyes. And obviously those who've got asthma or a pre-existing lung condition like emphysema are more at risk. But even people with normal, healthy lungs are really struggling with all of this smoke about.
How worried are you for people's ongoing health and the effects?
Well, I'm really worried that this could become the new normal. I came down to the beach this morning and normally visibility down here is fantastic. You expect beaches to have clean, fresh air, don't you? But visibility was about 100 metres. And I worry for the future of our health. I worry that people will have ongoing problems with respiratory diseases and problems with their asthma, their lung function into the future if we don't manage to improve our air quality.
So, Caroline, if this really is the new normal, how will people stay safe? What can you recommend for them?
If people do have lung issues, in particular if they have asthma or chronic lung disease, they need to make sure that they've got an up-to-date action plan, all their medications are in order. But it's important that you stay indoors wherever possible. You don't exercise outdoors unless you really need to. People are asking me a lot about masks. You know, should I get one of those masks and pop it on? Look, to be honest, the paper and cloth masks don't really do much to filter out those very fine particles that are the real problem here.
At what point do you stop sending your kids to school? If you're in a position to keep the kids at home, would you actually be advising to do that?
Well, I know a lot of schools have already stopped kids playing in the playground during lunch and recess, which is pretty depressing that we're having to keep kids indoors because there are so many health and social benefits to being outside and running around, but that's what schools are doing.
Well, you managed to convince me, Dr. Caroline, we should probably let you go so you can get indoors. Thank you very much for your time tonight. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
Now, we're going to take you to a live shot of Sydney right now. You can see the smoke has cleared a little bit. It's not as bad as it was. There's been some winds blowing that's obviously helped.
It certainly has. And what I thought with Dr. Caroline was interesting that she said is that it is a fine day there in Sydney. It is also now this smoke haze. We're day 10 of summer, so you can only think what may be ahead. But perfect excuse not to do any exercise. Week off from the gym. I have it on good authority that lots of people are still running around outdoors, yeah, in the morning around especially the Potts Point area, and I think that that is something that maybe, according to Dr. Caroline, should be overhauled.
Sounds like it.
It really changes the nature of what a Sydney summer looks like, that's for sure. All right, moving on now, and Jetstar